The comments I posted by Brian Murphy in December 2014 are 100% true and 100% accurate. I receive requests for corrections, updates, and clarifications all the time. I make them, I note them in the text of the story. When there's an update of significance, I note it in the headline as well. The idea that I would fabricate comments in an interview by one of the most prominent city officials in Cambridge for such a prominent issue is absurd.
I also want to thank Iran for sort of putting to rest a mistruth that I had heard and read about this notion about the city administration favoring parcel by parcel development in Central Square. Brian Murphy never said that. I called him, talked to him about that after he was quoted, unfortunately that way, and I certainly did learn that this was in reference to Kendall Square, and that there was, so I would just make a request to those who keep repeating that mistruth is to, open Microsoft Word and please edit your statements. Thank you very much.
For Robert Winters, we have a timeline here that we prepared around the outlines, at least from our point of view, the C2 process, because we've been very disturbed at the way in which it disappeared. And so I welcome your, there's one for each member of the council, but also I'll email it to you so that you can at least read the quotation in Cambridge Day around the parcel by parcel development and make your own judgment. Or talk to Mark Levy about it.
I think this may have gotten misinterpreted at some point. The idea of how we intended to proceed with C2 zoning being advanced to the City Council. We certainly did not intend for that to be a piecemeal process. I think this is coming from a meeting where Brian Murphy mentioned that we would be taking up the PUDs one at a time, and he was referring to the Kendall Square PUDs because at that discussion we were talking about both Kendall and Central Square. In our discussions with Planning Board, they had found it incredibly valuable to be able to have detailed discussion with MIT about that particular PUD, and since in Kendall Square, the PUD district lines very closely align with ownership patterns, the Planning Board had felt that was incredibly valuable to be able to have those discussions separately with the property owners closely engaged in the discussion.